costumes and everything. So they try to, like, there's some people that, it's kind of the gas versus electric kind of argument of like, oh, we feel like this is more reliable versus this and all of that. But really having the skyship port will help with the trade, and that's something that Nini's family also has been trying to get at least involved with. So not just having their ships to transport goods, but be able to have that ship and everything. At least having one skyship would help them immensely with transporting goods around the world. Um, and Drake, as you asked, if you need some help, bring some there. Axel looked around. He's like, "Yeah, if you guys can help us take some of this stuff up, we'll get you a ride on the skyship, save you a line ride." And he goes, "They're already probably getting crazy up there. I think they're trying to get people up there before the actual tournament starts, so it's not hectic."
Do you have a question real quick? We picked up our gear from the Tabaxi guy, right?
Yeah, we can say that you guys did that.
Okay, yeah. I already have it in my inventory. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, we can say that, like, fast lighting, it would. Baxter.
Baxter. That was close. There's next.
Oh, great.
Yeah, right up seems like a good deal.
Oh, yeah, I know
I
that.
can even carry some cargo. Help you load up.
Oh, perfect. And he turns around and you see some people that are struggling with some cards, and you see that there is like a wizard who's helping with some levitation, but they seem like they're a little spread thin. So Axel like directs you guys. He goes, "Well, if you help out, we'll get you some breakfast, and you can ride up with us, save you some time." And you guys see that there's also some people here to keep watch and everything. Um, and there is like a giant crate, and he goes, "Yeah, that's for some of our trips and bods and prizes for some of the stalls and everything."
I'll help him with the crates. I'll help him with the crates. I'll assist. I don't mind.
Yeah. So you guys go and start kind of lifting crates up and carts and everything.
I'll find a crate that 2 people are carrying, and I'll just lift it myself.
You see, like, some people that are really struggling. They look like they've been working almost all night. Axel did make it clear that some of the people that were loading the cargo would be staying, like, and taking shifts, so that not everyone's staying there long. But you can tell they're exhausted and about to drop the crate. You kind of come over and like sweep your hands underneath and you pick it up with ease. And they're like, "How did a dwarf do that?" As you're like towering.
I look at the person who said that. Yeah, I look at that person that said that. I say, you misrepresent the dwarves there. You really do. You misunderstand them. Their race. They're very strong.
That mechanical suit, and there's like the mechanical suit makes you bigger than an average dwarf, so they're kind of like they're like that's cool, and they kind of bop your hand, and then as you guys all get into the caravan, Axel make sure that all of you get some food in the morning, and you get into essentially the caravan. The Shock's old caravan is still there, but they seem to have it as a kind of honorary spot that is kind of, it's the only people that can stay there is Drake or Nini, and that's because, like, Shock, if you were with them, they're cool with it, but pretty much leaving his caravan there, and you guys all get in line. You see the streets are starting to get even more busier, but there are workers for the tournament that are, this group is guided to hurry past, like, so merchants are getting almost streamlined through. And you arrive, and there is airships docked, and you see just it looms so big over your heads. It's floating down as it perches. It seems like it's been going back and forth. It's one of the steam-powered ones, and it has a whistle go off as steam goes. And as the steam kind of clears from the air, you see that there's these almost like glowing light, like lines in this intricate almost like gears, shaped gears, but with also flowers. Like it's almost glowing, like lights coming off of it. That's like the decor along the ship. As it lands, you see the bridge thing that comes out of it. It comes, instead of it like falling flat across onto the dock, it actually like mechanically extends out. And Axel shakes a hand of this older gentleman, kind of the stereotypical Navy man, but has they kind of dress like an early 1900s seafarer, like having the double breasted coat. Axel's a little bit more flourished, but this guy seems like, think of almost like the guy from Titanic, the older guy, like the ship's like that. And he welcomes you all aboard, and you walk in, and it's quite spacious. As you guys help load in, there is an area where there's a ramp down into the cargo area where you put all the stuff, and you see that there is like a lounge area with a bar where you guys can grab some drinks. It seems like they're doing complimentary drinks for the merchants. There are a bunch of wealthy people, different merchants that are on this ship at this time waiting. The ride is quite short compared to the ride that the party had to do before, which took a couple of days. It seems with the skylift and also the ships, it's making it within half hour or so. It's not that bad. As you go onto the deck, if some of you wanted to do so, you see as the ship lifts off, you hear the gears turn, but there's music playing along with it, and are able to see the land as you rise into the air. I got a message from Zach that he wants to pickpocket someone, so Zach, go ahead and do sleight of hand check, and you see that there are some people at the bar, quite wealthy, but it looks like some of them have guards, or other people kind of merging around in crowds talking and stuff. And then there's also people on the deck. So where are you in the ship, and what are you trying to steal?
Can I take a closer look at the bar, see if there's anyone maybe that's not guarded, that's drunk, that while tagging out to the pocket, I can rush the bar?
Go ahead and do either an insight check or a perception check.
Cool. I cast guidance on myself first.
Okay.
He's a rogue.
Let's do. Yeah.
He's pretty cool. Hello, viewer. I was just checking to see if he can hear.
Ooh, okay. So you look around, you see obviously guarded people, and you see this older lady. It's a backseat. She has like this graying fur. She's wearing like this very beautiful dress. She seems already tipsy from what you found. A good mark to steal from, if you would like to steal from. It looks like no one's really paying attention to her. She seems to be like talking to the barkeep, but the barkeep's like, and kind of like is not paying attention, but just trying to get their job done.
Would it be a perception or insight check on this? What's going on here?
Yeah, go ahead and do the insight check if you want to see if you catch it.
Okay.
Well, actually, too, does Linver make it obvious that he's looking to do this? Like, would your party know what's going on? Okay. Well, let's do. So since you're trying to hide it from the party, essentially, go ahead and do a stealth check, and then Cynthia, go ahead and do a perception check to see if you catch on to what's going on.
Okay.
So you gotta beat a 12 or higher.
For perception or insight?
And then
Perception, because you're trying to just spot that Linver is about to go steal, and then if you catch on that he is about to go steal, you can do insight to see if that lady is a good mark or not. So
17.
Okay, so Cynthia, you glance over as you see Lindbergh kind of glances around and looks over at the woman who's clearly drunk from what you can tell. Just like kind of glancing. If you you want to do an insight check to see as well. But you do see that Linver is looking at her purse that's kind of precariously just dangling on her elbow.
Yeah, I could do an insight check on maybe her to see if.
Just to see if she is like, oh, actually, because Linver thinks she's a good mark.
To 12.
Oh. Okay, so you can tell that she is distracted.
Okay.
But as you're about to look away, you do see a halfling that was on the other side of her because you're at a different angle. You're able to catch just in time that there's this halfling who has like a sword at their side sheath, but it was clearly what you thought was initially like a person ordering for themselves is actually kind of just watching out for her. A woman halfling.
Upward.
Oh, Limber hasn't noticed this, and Cynthia hasn't said anything.
I think I may have an idea, but I'm not sure.
Limber is trying to walk forward.
So as he's walking forward, I'm noticing all of this. So I go to the halfling, and I'm a very big person, so I kind of block. I was originally gonna not help you. I was originally gonna be contestant to you, but like now I'm kind of in the mode of trying to help you. So because this could be your life with this, so I'm gonna go in to kind of be in between you. I'm gonna try to get in between you and this halfling, and just be like, hey, I've heard about this tournament. How much does it cost to get in the tournament and everything? Do you know anything about it? I'm just kind of just trying to block his way from seeing the old lady at all.
The woman has to excuse me, and then go ahead and do a persuasion check as Linver is kind of going up to steal. I think Linver, at this point, you catch that Cynthia's helping you.
Okay, persuasion.
Yeah.
So we'll say you get advantage on your sleight of hand.
Okay, cool.
I got a 6 on persuasion. That's not gonna be much help, but I could try.
Well, let me.
That's
I'll roll. Okay. Let me roll.
So it was enough of it to try, maybe.
D20 to see if the persuasion. Oh, yeah, this person kind of like, they kind of like get paused and they look up and they kind of get not intimidated, but they're a little like kind of like shocked in the moment. They're like, I think it's only like 3 silver to get in. I know they have a lot of prizes and events going on. You're on the ship with the merchant, so I'm assuming you're gonna get in. Are you looking to have a friend get in later on?
I'm thinking maybe possibly. I have not talked to my team about it, but maybe possibly joining the tournament. Maybe possibly, if that's a possibility.
Oh, yeah, I heard they have a lot of, and they seem kind of interested now, and they're like, oh, there's a lot of competitions going on. I know they have, like, games and competitions. I heard that carnival that is going on as well. I think they loaded on the ship, and they kind of, like, go to look past you, but you kind of move slightly, and they kind of, like... As he's looking
slightly, I keep kind of blocking his way. Trying to.
They look at you and they go, I know they're having a few monster battles in either the second or third day of the competition.
Right,
basically, they're where adventurers can fight some monsters, win some prizes.
Yeah.
I heard there's a really big one.
Do you know if the entry to the tournament is going to be pricey at all or anything? It'll be expensive to get into the tournament?
No, it's only 3 silver. It's the fight for whoever wants to participate.
3 silver per or just one entry?
Just one entry, but if you're with the merchants on the ship, you might be able to get it free at least
for
today.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
If you stay in, maybe get some lodging at the tournament. Maybe you don't have to pay again, but
cool.
I would double check that.
Sounds fun. I'm still trying to distract.
Linford, you're overhearing this. You're trying to take this in. The lady is clearly tipsy. Every time Cynthia moves, you realize it's a block, the little halfling woman, and you go by and you slip your hand in and you grab a little like bundle and you walk away, not quickly where it's obvious, but you do walk away and you glance in the you're kind of in an open space, so it might not be smart to actually open this right here, but you did grab this like little like small purse inside of her larger purse.
Cool. I'm gonna pocket it. Get the fuck out.
Okay. That also gives me time to figure out what there is. Because I didn't think about what's in it until now.
I kind of just
Drake,
like
we walk up to Cynthia.
yeah, I kind of like slowly kind of look back just to try to make sure that he's not there, and then I was just like, yeah, it was good talking to you, and then I just go and leave.
Good talking to you. Okay. And then the woman, you hear the glance back, you see the older woman. Darling, I'm so excited. And they're like, that's Grandma. Like,
Oh
you kind of
gosh.
like, Grandma, what the heck? This tabaxi. But you're like, oh, well, that's a
Cynthia
mystery.
immediately starts feeling bad a little bit after she hears the word grandma.
And then you see the woman rudely call for the barkeep. And then a little bit of that might be like, And then you turn around, Cynthia, you do see Drake there with you. What else is everyone doing in the party as you guys are taking this like half-hour ride up? You're all long rested too, by the way, lovely and everything.
Clarifying question: is the bar inside?
It's inside, like, so there's like, you know how like cruise ships have multiple decks? You guys are on the top, not the top deck, the first deck, and then it seems like the lower decks have some lodging and stuff that doesn't really have any access right now. And you're kind of on this top lounge deck that has a bunch of stuff here. There's also the actual full-on top of the ship where you can be out in the open, seeing the sights, and those just have some musicians playing some music. Some people are just kind of out there enjoying the view, talking and stuff like that at the moment as the crew works.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a view. Are there windows in the below the decks, the first deck?
Yeah, there's some tables that like next to some windows. There's also, you notice there is a sort of like deck area that you can go onto as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out over the area, get a lay of the land.
You see, like you guys go over, you see the actual castle as you guys pass. You kind of are going up into the air, and everything just it's a very interesting view of just like how fancy some of the areas of the town is, and then how cramped it can be in the south. But then you also see in the distance like this beautiful valley, and then the glittering like ocean and stuff. Like this deck kind of goes it's like more at the back of the ship, so you can see like not full 360, but a good like 180-degree part where you can kind of see to the south and to the north and everything like that. You can kind of get a view there. And you do see like it looks really like you see tons of ships coming into the port, and it seems like you guys missed some of the traffic coming in. And then all of you hear an announcement. We are arriving within 5 minutes. We ask that everyone meets with their. Essentially, they kind of showed you guys when you entered in, like people that will help escort you off the ship. And you guys go line up, and they start letting groups out one at a time, so just to help not make everyone feel crowded. And actually, I'll show you what the airship port looks like. So it's more of like the edge of the mountain, but you see that like ships come in and they dock close to here, and then you're let out, and there's this like beautiful building. Let's see, I can actually put a picture in the chat so you can see what it looks like. One second. Okay. And you see that it's not directly connected to the mountain. As you're pulling up, your jaws drop because it was a lot of clouds up, but what you see in this world art thing as well, you realize that the airship port is like its own floating island that it has a bridge connected to the actual mountain top. And it seems that people are being guided past this large building into the actual mountaintop where the area was cleared. And it seems like there is magic that's holding this island up that is an airship port. And you hear people gasp and ooh, not realizing because there's so much clouds around it that you couldn't see from on the mainland this airship port was that way.
Nice.
Yeah, and you see like when you get off, you don't see like normal wooden like guardrails. You see like this magic glowing kind of shaped into almost like those wrought iron fences, but it's magic, creating like a barrier that you can see through, so it's safer. You can get off and everything. You guys get off onto the docks, and you see there are some musicians playing. There's people handing out pamphlets and welcoming you to the airship port. You're asked to go in, so you guys can explore how you want. But as you see, there's like these large double doors into the airship port. Do you guys want to go inside, or do you want to go? There's some lines that are going around it to the other side.
What are we thinking, guys?
What's with the trail of blood?
Oh yeah, oops, I grabbed the wrong artwork. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I didn't catch that. Okay, so I found this really cool website that does variations of maps. I guess I grabbed the one that had blood in it. Oops, don't mind me. Okay, so this is how it looks at night. Ignore that. Look, no blood trail.
I would have never caught that.
I grabbed that one. Oops. So we're going back to the blood.
That was great. It's called Murder Mystery.
Hey, the murderers.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, the murderer's telling us where to go.
Amber sniffs the air and she goes, there's blood. Okay. Nini asked, or Sam asked, have I been in communication with the princess to let her know we have or arriving to the journey? Yeah, we'll say that during your guys' travels out of the mountains, you used your, essentially your Pip-Boy, but your sending stone to message her to let her know that you intend to go to the tournament. And she does let you know she will have her own caravan separate from her family. And so she does ask for all of you to meet with her, not today, the first day of the tournament, but the second day to meet with her. Because this is a week-long tournament celebrating the princess's younger half-brother birthday. So she is waiting for you guys, but she is waiting there and everything. She just asked for the next day because it'll be harder for her to get some like privacy to be away from all the festivities. I can't speak. Wait, you guys get out onto the sky ship, and Ember definitely smells the blood in the air. She's like, we got a murder mystery on our hands. Well, who knows? Maybe for later.
That was her hunter sense. That was her hunter sense.
Yeah, she's like, and then Nini writes you. It's like the same time they look at each other, like it is time. Do you see that as you guys enter these large double doors that are like 12 feet tall? It's a pretty like the building. I would say it looks actually bigger in person than the artwork I put. But you go in and there's just this beautiful like tables for like passengers to wait at. There seems to be an area where you can get food, dining area. There's a desk where you can check in, and it seems like they even have a little bit of lodging there, but it seems like they're sold out at the moment. Just with the tournament, it looks like some people got in earlier. Axel walks up to you guys and goes, "You're welcome to stay with us. Save you some change there." And he nods and he points to the line of he kind of direct you guys back outside, and you are led with the merchants on this separate bridge where all the carts and stuff are going down, just to kind of keep the traffic of people going. And what used to be the ogre's area of living and everything, you guys arrive at our tournament field. It is actually bigger, and it seems like there's some houses down here, and there's some inland areas. So we're gonna say you guys are staying here with all the carnival people, and so the merchants kind of have a section below the map, essentially. But then here's an entrance to let people in. And he goes, Axel kind of looks around. He's like, and he hands you guys little envelopes to all of you. He goes, keep those on, and then you open it. He goes, you're officially employees of the carnival, and he winks at you guys. He goes, now can you win?
Nice VIP badges.
As he goes, if you guys are gonna get into any trouble, maybe take off the badges. Because I don't need that on the carnival. But we got this. And he pats you guys on the shoulder. He goes off with the carnival people. And you see that there's different, it looks like there's a couple of inns, there's some restaurants, and there's some tents as well. It seems like there's a small little city that's being built, but it hasn't been fully built yet below the main area where the tournament is. And it seems that from what you can tell, there's a map that shows that there's a main fairgrounds, and then up here is kind of a stage where musicians and different artists will play either plays or music or stuff like that. Off to one side, it looks like there's an amphitheater for larger scale attraction and entertainment, and over here there's a thing called the battle arena. And you guys see on the sign or on the pamphlets that the first 2 days of the tournament, people can sign up for the monster battles, and that people will win awards or prizes. So when you look at this, let me pull up my notes real quick. So you see that for the first, they're spreading out the monster fights. There's 4 of them in total. They're spread out every 2 days, starting on the 3rd day. But you see that there are, for every monster fight won for the first 3, it's 15 gold per winner, plus 10 gold for the killing blow. And on the last one, just on the sign, it says it's going to be announced, but it's going to be a larger prize for the last fight, which it seems like the crown is going to announce. So yeah, you find yourselves, you're given a caravan to sleep in, so you don't have to worry about paying for an inn. You do see that there's a bar, and you see that people are starting to, now it's around 8 o'clock by the time you guys get settled in. But what do you want to do?
Should we sign up for the Beastie Fights?
Yeah, I want to sign up for the fighting for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we do good enough on this fight, then maybe we can get people to hire us more. Maybe we can get more money from it. Good promotion for our team.
Yeah.
Ember nods. She goes, that's a good idea.
I want to try out my new gear.
And so you see, as you guys look at the pamphlet more and stuff, these fights, it seems like they're having the same creatures that you're fighting against. They have a couple of each thing that they're having you guys fight, so multiple teams can sign up and everything. That way the fights are throughout the day as entertainment for everyone, but at the same time, it's each party that goes up against them it's not going to be you guys against another team actively at the same time trying to get the same beast. It's just you guys against the beast. And you guys follow a line where people are signing up, and you guys end up going past a bunch of these, where you see the carnies have started setting up already, different vendors, food. There's tons of games that you guys can play, which I have notes on, so you guys want to play some games prior to the beast fights that will happen in the next 2 days before you meet with the princess and everything. You go up, actually, we'll say you go up to this stage where it looks like the royal family is actually staying behind. It seems like a gated home is behind it. And you see that there's a lot of people there, kind of either there for the beast fights or just there for excitement. And there's a huge announcement, you hear the horns blare, and you guys walk up and you look past Ember. You guys kind of find a stump to stand on so you can see above some of the taller folk. And you see for the first time, you see for at least Linver and Tornin, you see the Princess Caroline for the first time. So the royal family's all elves. She has this very platinum blonde hair, all kind of done in braids, put up. She walks on and she has this beautiful red and black and trimmed gown, and she has her tiara on. And then you see the Queen Francesca come on. She looks a bit older, but not much older than the princess. This is the first time that everyone's seen the Queen Francesca. She has this orange hair or red hair. Hers is done in long braids, and she has her crown on. She is also wearing a red and black dress, but it's more black than red. And then they announce that King Gerard is coming. He is, for an elf, not super buff, but he seems very much a warrior. Comes in with a regal outfit, and everyone kind of quiets down, and he announces, "Thank you all for arriving here." You see, he has this dark black hair that is long. He has a goatee, and he's like, "Thank you everyone for arriving here for my son Prince Alexander's birthday today. I appreciate everyone's attending here for the announcement of our new skyship airport here, as well as our new tournament grounds, where we can have tournaments above the skies and be able to enjoy this day. We will be having a bunch of events throughout this week to celebrate my son's birthday." And he gestures for his son, and you see this kind of twerpy looking condescending guy. He has red hair as well. He has a very pointy nose. He's a little bit shorter. It looks like Princess Caroline is maybe 5'10". This guy's 5'7", and he looks kind of just mousy nose. Kind of he tries to smile, but you can kind of tell he's just something's a little off. Where you're oh, he's kind of not genuine. Which actually, I think I can show you what I'm thinking of. What was that? Okay, so I kind of think of this guy from an anime that I watched, but just with red hair. This guy right here, but as an elf. So he kind of just looks twerpy and it looks very condescending. He kind of does a wave and a forced smile as you guys see him come on. He does a thank you. He kind of keeps it short, and you see the king kind of look at him, kind of gives him a look act right type of thing. And you see the prince thanks everyone, but the king chimes in. He goes, now for the beast fights. We will be having multiple beast fights where we will be able to have the same creatures, well, multiple of the same type of creatures, fight against adventurers, and the more you proceed in victorying these animals, whoever can beat them, as the pamphlet said, you will earn money, but for the final prize, your team, if whoever the victor is of the final beast fight, you will win 300 gold, a total of 300 gold. He goes, as well as you will have a new servant that will assist your adventuring party in events that when you're out there doing work for either the city of Ashmore or people in the Ember province or beyond, who will be able to assist you in all of your tasks that you're doing out there. And he goes, and depending on how the fights go, I might be able to